Hello, welcome. I'm Shannon, and this is Creating with Shannon. Um, we're going to finish off our projects that we were working on yesterday. It's going to be some fun. I won't be on here too long, so let me know if you're watching and where you're watching from, and if you get you on the replay, make sure you put hashtag replay. And if you like the projects, make sure you comment, please. I always like to hear what everybody has to say about the projects. So, let's start with, let's go with the rooster picture first. So let me pull it up on my screen real quick. So here, yesterday, we stamped the rooster, and this is all IOD. This is the IOD stamps, IOD ink, and the IOD. This was the campaign, and this was the vintage texture. So today what we're going to do is we're actually going to use something from Pentart called pouring glaze. This is it's a glaze that I'll put on here, and it'll make it look ceramic-like. It'll make it nice, glossy, and shiny. So all these little cracks will show through, and it'll be beautiful. So we're going to do that first, and I'm going to grab this. This is a little bottle drying rack. I use it for, I have a bunch of these. I use them for my paintbrushes when they're drying. I can stick them up like this, or it catches what I'm dripping. So we're going to use this. Now the pouring glaze is self-leveling. It's water-based, dries clear, but it also dries glossy. So we're going to put some of this on. Oops. I've got water or something over here, or and we just simply pour it on. Now the IOD inks are permanent, so, and they dried overnight, so there shouldn't be any problem with them smearing. So I'm just going to put a nice coat on here. I'm actually going to pour a little bit out in this bowl because it'll be easier to get to. Hey, Nina. Okay, there we go. So again, I'm just using the Pentart pouring glaze, and this is going to give it a nice ceramic glossy effect. Now this is bright white. If I were to do this one again, or maybe on my next one, what I'd probably do is I'd use more of a, like an antique white, so it looked like it was older than this one. It looks kind of fairly like a new ceramic pitcher. I'm just loving all of the different Pentart products that I've been getting. Anytime Teresa at Decoupage Queen gets something new in, I buy it. But it's good though, because somebody locally has been looking and looking, wanting to find a place that has Pentart, and she found me, so that was good. All right, so this is giving you a good bird's eye view, but when I put it on the other side, I can't really flip it down, so I'm just going to have to do it like this. But this is going to make it nice and glossy. I need to be a little bit more cautious of how I'm doing this, because I'm splattering it all over my little craft area here. Again, this is just, I have it on a bottle rack, so if it drips, it'll go right into that bottom tray, and I don't have to worry about the bottom sticking to paper or anything else. It has a little bit of an odor, but it's not bad by any means. It is water-based, super easy to use, as you can see. Let me get the inside. Now I'm wearing it. Jeez Louise. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just give it the once over, and I'm going to see if I've missed any spots or if I have any drips. Definitely do not want any drips. Right. All right, so let me show you what it looks like. Ooh, water. See, that'll dry nice and shiny. So it'll look like that rooster was supposed to be on there all along. Okay, so I put that to the side. And next we're gonna work with our Highland cow. This little guy is super cute. I received a lot of positive feedback for this guy. Let me show you. I'll put him right out here. Here we go. Oh, bottle racks are great, aren't they? I find them in the thrift store all the time, and every time I see one, I just buy them. Because if I have too many, I always just pass them on to my friends and they're always like, "What is this?" And then once I tell them, they're like very excited. All right, so while my rooster picture dries, we're gonna work on this one. Now this one, what we're gonna do, this one, it'll take overnight to dry. So once everything dries tomorrow, I'll take pictures and I'll post them online. All right, so this little guy, we can do so much with him. But sometimes you could actually do a little bit too much. So, and I sometimes have a tendency to do that, and then I end up not liking it, and then I just throw it away. So I don't want to do it with this guy because I could totally come in here and I could paint everything and make it super cute. But I kind of like it just the monotone of the dark brown and the white. But what I do want to do is I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of this antique paste. This is in brass. And I'm going to line the edges of this real quick. And then the fun is going to begin. All right, so what's nice about this is it can turn. So I'm just giving it a little bit of and when I'm looking at it online, it looks a little messy. It looks a little better in person, but that's what this is supposed to, it's just supposed to get the edges. I'm going to do both sides. And if I don't like the way both edges look, then I'm just going to go ahead and do the whole entire ridge. You could put, this is just like gilding wax. You can put it on with your finger or brush. But when you're putting it on the edge of something, it's really hard unless you're using your finger. Because you can really get the edge with your finger. So doing the outside edge gives it a little bit more balance. It's not meant to look perfect. If you wanted it perfect, you probably would need to tape a line. And that's not what I'm going for here. All right, so I can leave it just like this. Oops, let me flip them around. Or I can go back in and paint the whole thing. I like it like this. So I'm going to leave it like this. I am going to make a few parts a little bit wider. Just kind of evening the edges out a little bit here. All right, now look at how cute. Another thing, what I might want to do is maybe I'll just do his, actually hers, the horns. What do you think? Should I do it? I know there won't be a lot of people on right now because one, I didn't give you guys a lot of warning, and two, I don't have a lot of followers yet. So, but if you are seeing this, I appreciate you being here. If you catch it on the replay, I appreciate you watching the replay. Oh, I don't want to ruin it, but I think it'll add a little bit to it if I do it because, so I'm just going to do it. I'm going for it. I'm taking a brush. I'm going to use the exact same thing that I put here. And this is what I'm using on this one is the antique paste by Pentart. Don't do it. Oh no, Francis. Don't do it yet. Well, I have to do it because what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour resin on here. So I'm going to, because of the lip, I'm going to make it pour resin and then we're going to put some cute flowers. in there. So that's why I either need to do it now or don't do it. I just think, or maybe. Let's see. Oh, I got some right there. Let me see if I can get that off real quick. I always keep baby wipes handy. The sensitive ones without the chemicals and stuff in it. Yep. So it's all right. She says don't do it. Anybody else out there? Very little. Yeah. See, that's what I'm afraid of. I think if I put it too heavy, it might be too much. Then I also thought about maybe just doing the bow. But then I think I almost need to do it all then too. So you know what? Let's just scrap that idea. But what I am going to do though, I am going to take one of these. These are flowers meant to put in resin. They're dried and flat. These are by a maker studio. So yesterday I put the link in the comments. I'll do that again. So if you're interested in any of a maker studio, like this awesome, beautiful country girl, that's what the name of the stencil is. And then they also have these resin dried flowers, all different colors, and they sell resin and all that too. So, but let me get my scissors. They're super cute. I did a bunch of keychains with the resin with these flowers, and the white flowers are so pretty. So what I was thinking about doing was pouring my resin and then putting one of the white flowers over here. So she was like, looks like she's holding a real flower. Like maybe this one. That one might not be big enough, but see how cute that would be? And so I thought if I put that, then maybe a little bit of the bronze, just because otherwise your eye is drawn to here. I don't know what I should do. Maybe I'll do it very light. Hey, Michaela. All right. We're having a discussion here if we should use some of the, see I put the brass antique paste here, if we should put some here and then with this flower, and then I'm going to pour resin on the top of this. That's true. I can always get rid of it if I don't like it. All right. I'm going to go for it. I'm going to put that up there. I keep forgetting I can do that with my comments. All right. But I'm going to use Francesca's idea. I'm going to go just a very little. So, and hopefully I don't smear it everywhere because I have a tendency to get a little messy. Okay, so I'm just using a regular old artist brush here, just a small one. And I'm going to just lightly, going to go on here and just kind of, hopefully I'm making the right decision. Okay, all right, that's not too bad, right? Oh, maybe highlight the bow. Okay, that's a good idea too. You know what? If I was doing this off camera, I'd probably go ahead and hand paint it all, but that's a lot of work to be done on camera, so I won't do that. But the stencil is reusable. Right after I got done with the live yesterday, I made sure I washed it really good, dried it upside down so the sticky adhesive part can be used again. So I'll definitely be reusing this stencil. But then again, if I ruin the stencil, I can always buy another one. They're fairly reasonable priced. All right. What's nice is this will show through the resin. And it's oil-based, so it should not have any problem with the resin. If it was water-based, I'd be a little bit more concerned. But there we go. What do you think? I think with the flower, it'll be cute. And there's bigger flowers I can put on there. I'll get another one out in a minute. We'll take a look, and you guys can help me decide which flower that I should use. Oh, woo! I like you, Jamie. Thank you for that. Oh, good. I'm glad, Nina. I'm glad you like it. All right. Now let's do the other one. And then, oh my gosh, I love this. My niece is getting married in May. I should probably make her one like this and put her new last name on it. I think she would just absolutely love this. I'm excited about the wedding. Oh, it's nice. If you were watching yesterday, I had issues with because of Hurricane Ian, we had to get a new roof, and it's taken a while to get it, but they finally finished up yesterday. It's all done, and so they're not working anymore. And ironically, it rained yesterday, so my husband wanted me to go up in the attic and check the leak because he's not home right now, or when it was rainy he wasn't home. So I was like, yeah, no, that's okay. I could barely reach the attic stairs, and I'm like, it could just wait to next time it rains. You could peek up there. Okay, so do you think that's just enough with the flour and this? What do you think? What do you think? Now this stencil is just, this has got to be one of my most favorite stencils from a Maker Studio. And to be quite honest, I don't use them enough. They are super easy. If you saw me do it yesterday, you saw how easy and flawless they are to use. So I really, really, really need to use them more. And I'll probably use them a lot more in my demos just because they're so easy and they're so stinking cute. And now they have just so many of them. All right, I'm going to grab a different flower out, and then you guys can help me decide which flower that I need to use. So we have this little cute little like daisy looking one. Okay, so there's that one. Or there is this one, which I think I like the other one with the yellow center. What do you guys think? Or I can always layer it. I know if you're commenting, it takes an extra like 30 seconds for me to get the message. I think you can see it more when we layer it. What do you guys think? I think I'm going to try to layer it. Try. Let's see what happens. Because sometimes with resin, it can be a little fussy. But thanks, Francesca. Good. We are on the same page. Okay, so guys, I'm using resin. I always cringe when I see people that don't use gloves with resin. I'm getting older now, and I'm being more cautious on everything. And there is extreme warning on resin for a reason. Use gloves. Okay. So I have this. Okay, thanks. Layered. I have this is by Pentart. It leaked when it was shipped to me, so I just kept it. I just never cleaned it up because it's really hard. I figured it doesn't matter what my bottles look like anyway. Never heat it up. I hear people that always try to heat the resin up with their heat gun so they can bend it. Just pull it out of your mold early and then bend it. Don't heat it. It emits poison. Okay, so we're going to mix some resin now. So I'm going to put this little guy out of the way for a minute. I know it's super cute. And look at my mat. I thought I'd have this cool little background on this mat, but you know what? It just gets so dirty and it doesn't clean, so ignore that. Now, I don't know exactly how much resin I need to fill that, so I'm just going to probably make a little bit extra because I generally tend to like not make enough. So I want to make sure I make plenty. And it's 1-to-1 ratio. So I have these little cups. But I just noticed, that's pretty cool. On the sides of these, they have exactly 25, 50, 75, 100 milliliters. So you can also measure that way too. But I'm just going to use my cups. I'm going to try to contain my mess to this little solo plate. There's okay, so I'm just under 75 on that one. I'll do this one. Let's see. Make reborn dolls and have the bake in the paint. You eat. Oh yeah, it's dangerous, and if they didn't mean it, they would not put the warning on it. So definitely the warning is there for a reason. A little bit more. All right. Get my little stir stick. Red Solo cup. These always come in handy. I don't normally like to pour with these, especially when you have to try to get an intricate little parts. But since it's such a big, wide area, it pours really easy. So, like normally I'll use like a little Dixie cup or something because see how you can get that nice little pour? I'm second guessing myself, like that's not enough. Definitely want to make sure I make enough. I might add some more. I'm using, this is the clear resin, so it's going to take a while to dry. It's not the quick cast resin. All right. Yeah, I don't think that's going to be enough. I'm going to add some more. Like I said, I'd rather be careful than, I've made that mistake before. I do have a couple of IOD molds handy, so if I have extra resin, I'll just throw it in there. What's nice about the overnight resin, it doesn't set as fast, so I have a little bit of time to actually get it into a mold. All right, let's pour these in. So I added a little bit more. The one thing I'm hoping is once I set the flour, that as it's drying, it doesn't move. Okay, let's stir this up. And you want to stir for a little bit. You want to make sure it's good and mixed. Like with the quick set, you don't have to stir quite as long, because if you stir too long, it sets up on you. And with the quick cast, you can always feel it getting warm. You know it's already starting to work. Like this one, you don't have that. With this one, though, you get the bubbles. But we'll use our heat gun and take care of any bubbles if it's a problem. Most of the time, they just go away. And you can also, at this stage, use your alcohol inks. You can, tint. I was thinking about that, but then I was like, my luck, it just won't look good over the Highland cow. All right, let's hope that I have enough. So I'm going to push this stuff out of the way. And bring my Highland cow back over here. I think we need a name. What should we call her? All right. Where's this? I want to save just a tad because I want to have enough to stick over that flour. So here we go. I'm just going to spread it with my fingers. That's another reason why it's good to have the gloves on. Working with a Lazy Susan is awesome because you just move the Lazy Susan. Just twist it and you can get to every part without too much trouble. Now it's very important that it dries on a level surface. One time I was doing a really big table, and when I was spreading the resin, it was perfect. I had it on a level surface. It was looking pretty. And then I was like, oh, I better move it so it could sit overnight. and dry. So, in the morning, nobody will touch it just in case it's not cured all the way. Well, I moved it to an area that wasn't level, and I didn't know, but I didn't notice it, and I didn't think about it till too late. And guess what? I came in and the table, all the resin had pulled up, and it was awful. Then I tried to pour more resin on top to fix it, and yeah, it just didn't go very well. All right. Oh my goodness, y'all! What do you think? I love it. Sassafras, I love it. Lulu Bell, Daisy. Oh my gosh, those are all awesome. All right, let's start with our first flower. I'm not sure we're gonna be able to. I'm not sure how deep the resin is for us to layer, but we're gonna give it a shot. Let's stick the first one in. And it does blend, but I like that the colors that we're using, because they're kind of like all in the same family. I love that. All right, here's this one. Yeah, this is going to stick up a little, but we're going to get pour a little bit of resin on top. Oh, oh my goodness. Ah. Michaela, where did you go? There we go. Pour some of that on top. Go around. I still had some. The hardest part is going to be waiting for this to dry overnight. I really like the way it turned out. Even though the antique paste is not perfect, it fits this piece. And if I decide that I don't like it, I can always go ahead and just make that solid. But for right now, I really am loving it. Oh, a lot of people follow me because of Pick and Boots Vintage, like the furniture. I love doing the furniture. But, Henrietta Heifer. I thoroughly enjoy this. I'm so glad I started the second page and be able to do smaller crafts. Like sometimes I don't want to do this on my other page because I don't want people to, unfollow me because I'm not doing furniture. So this on here, Creating with Shannon, I'm going to do everything. I'm going to do from small to big to whatever. But thank you for joining me. And if you know anybody that would, be interested in some of the things that I do share, I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and everything. But this one is a close first to my favorite thing that I've done. I do like the mushroom that I did, but this is really cute. So let me just recap. Here is the picture. You can see how glossy it looks now after that glaze is drying. So it looks like ceramic. Hey, Teresa. Look, I used the pouring glaze. Thanks, Francesca. Don't you love this cow? Oh my gosh. Well, I love everything that I made, and again, I appreciate everybody joining me. So everybody see on here, Teresa Renee Art. If you're watching, you need to follow her, because everything that I get, like most of the stuff, that's my dog. He's stretching. Most of the stuff I get is from her. So, and she does all kinds of awesome projects too. She's also Thursday. Wait, let's say she's Thursday and Friday, right? Teresa, when do you go on? I know it's Tuesday and Thursday, I think, at 5 o'clock Eastern. She does fabulous stuff too, so definitely follow her. Anyway, sometimes I get so excited that I just start to ramble. Thanks, Deborah. So again, this is a maker studio. This heifer, Tuesday and Thursday, 5 Eastern, sometimes Friday. Okay. But definitely, yeah, check her out because she does some really awesome things. She's very motivational, inspirational, and has fabulous ideas. And me and Michaela, who is also on here, are going to go see her in July, and we're going to learn so much. And of course, we'll bring it here to my station here. So make sure you stick around. And you guys have a fabulous Friday. Happy Good Friday, and you all have a great Easter. And I will be back on live sometime next week. And you never know. I love coming on, so I just might do some surprise lives. Deborah, This stencil is a mesh stencil from Maker Studio. I'll put the link in the comments. I do have an affiliate link, so if you do buy from my link, I do get credit. But they have everything. They have the resin. Well, you can get resin anywhere. They have these dried flowers. They have amazing stencils, and they're so easy to use. You can get there's fabric paint, there's chalk paint, chalk art, and then there's stuff for ceramic. So good. I know, Michaela. I can't wait too. Teresa might regret letting us come. Just kidding. I'm looking forward to shopping. I can't wait to go to the warehouse. But anyway, all right. You guys have a great weekend, Easter, and stay safe. And thanks again for joining me.